What's good, Star Wars fans? It's your boy Jo3.b.1, your favorite rap and black series collector and hip hop Jedi. Hope all of you guys are doing all right today. We're going to talk about a quick subject here on Taungsdays, am I right? That I hope you guys will kind of resonate with. And it has to do with the responsibility that is on the shoulders of people who are conscious content and other types of entertainment media creators. Yeah, and this might seem like a little heavy for a Tongs Day episode, but I'm a very deep pockets kind of person in terms of like my thinking and my philosophy. So I tend to even see simple things and it send me on kind of a deep journey. So y'all tune in. Let's get into it, man. I really want to talk about this, and I'd love to hear what you guys think. So let's get into it. Look, man, so those of us here who happen to be creators of some kind, me, I've been a hip hop artist for 20, almost 25 years now. Um, and it's something I also now think about being a Star Wars fandom content creator. Is that, as such, I feel like we bear a certain amount of responsibility to the people who look to us and look towards us. And there's going to be a lot of people that disagree with me on that, like, oh, people's responses to things aren't my responsibility. And, if they lash out over something that I say or think or whatever, that's really on them. And I'm not saying that they don't bear responsibility for like their response to things, but this is what I mean. Now, whether you like it or not, you've now become if you're a content creator, in the Star Wars fandom especially, you've now placed yourself in a position to not just influence the fandom at large, but to set an example for young people, and how they're supposed to react and respond and speak about things and talk to their peers or about other people or whatever the case may be. And so you might not realize it, or you might not like it. Maybe you do know it and this is your purpose. I have no idea. But everything that you're doing and saying and everything else for a lot of those super fans, those young people, is going to be like magnified on, like with a magnifier, just zoom times 300. You know what I mean? Like you're going to be they're going to be looking really deeply at what you do, modeling their actions, their thoughts, and so on after your behavior, and even gaining a measure of self-confidence by following that along. And the reason why I say that's important is because we have a responsibility to our young people, man. And so what kind of an example you're setting says a lot about your character, right? So if you're going on and on and on in a negative light all the time, and you're trying to stoke the fire all the time, and you're always trying to deal with like these really controversial subjects, and that's like your MO, like I get it, right? Go get the bag and all of that. But on the flip side of it, you are now in turn kind of like bringing on another generation of people who might take on that same mentality, or maybe take it even to a more extreme, and not realize that behind the character or behind the podcast or behind the content creator or the artist is a human being who actually has very human and regular responses to things that happen in life that differ from maybe their public persona a little bit. And a lot of times it's crazy too, because some of these guys, man, they do it on I know they're doing it for attention, they're for views, for likes, and maybe it's also their genuine opinion. But it's crazy that we've reached a place where we're putting the responsibility on a child or a young person. Like, you know what I mean? And some people say, well, the parents need to parent. And like, come on, man, we live in 2024. You know what I mean? Everybody's got a digital device. Everything can't be monitored and stuff like that. You got kids on these games like Roblox seeing all kinds of crazy stuff and having creepers on there. You know what I mean? So like the same applies, man. And I guess what I'm saying is, why not preserve a little bit of the wonder and allow these kids to enjoy, what they're enjoying. Um, and not to say, hey, you shouldn't share your opinions and da 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 da, but you know, isn't there a way to go about doing that that doesn't perpetrate and perpetuate, I should say, division? Like, why is there an us and them? And, well, this is my opinion and I'm going to draw a line in the sand. Like, come on, man. Like, everybody has likes and dislikes and things that they enjoy and don't enjoy, and that's all good. Like, that's fine. But a lot of the underwritten language and a lot of the things that some of these people are saying is basically that, oh, if you like this property, you're less than because da da da. Oh, if you like this thing within the star, you're lower than me because da da da. And that's just silly. That's just silly, right? Because you're talking about grown-ups. Look, long story short, all I'm trying to say by all of that is this. All that you're not a real fan or you're not a real fan if you don't talk is ridiculous. If you came into Star Wars at The Mandalorian and that's what got you into the franchise and that's like your go-to thing, that's great. If it was the Clone Wars animated series, that's great. If it was the sequel movies, great. Don't let none of these old heads or folks that are kind of stuck in their way keep you from enjoying what you like and from being a fan of Rey or Kylo Ren or any of those. Or, if you watch The Acolyte and you like The Acolyte a lot, I enjoyed it. That's okay. Yes, a lot of people didn't like it. So what? So what? If they didn't like it, that's okay. Do I think it was the greatest piece of Star Wars material I've ever seen? No. But I got a couple of characters from watching the show that I really liked. So, and there were some stories along the way that I really liked. So, no big deal. I didn't really like the first couple of seasons of Clone Wars. You know what I mean? I didn't really like all of the Phantom Menace that much. There's bits of Star Wars throughout it all that I don't necessarily love all of it. But as a franchise as a whole, I enjoy it all. I love it all. It's, among my absolute favorites, if you can't tell. So, basically, let's make room, man. Stop trying to make all these exclusive clubs. And again, I know we're kind of getting close to like election year. I mean, it's an election year, almost time. What do we got? Like 40 days or 50 days or something. So like right there, So of course, tensions are high. Everybody wants to be right, but us real ones, let's be above that. The real ones, let's be above that. You dig what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, this has been another episode of Taungsdays. Am I right? Mostly just me talking about something I've been thinking about. So I hope you enjoy. Not a whole lot of like pictures and stuff going on, but I am here in just a little bit going to be posting a new overview video of the STAP and Battle Droid, and we'll do some comparisons to the Darth Maul and Sith Speeder and maybe a couple other vehicles or something. But anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Much love. May the Force be with you. I'll see you next week.